Yo, if I had 100 sheep and one of them got away, I would leave the 99 and go find that one. That's right. Look from the locks and jaws of Satan, I come creating, penetrating with force from the land of the lost. I'm coming like Muhammad got the devil on the run. Rising like the sun, keep your eyes on the one. Look on base, then to bring forth a reborn nation, up against the norm, creating a new formation. This foundation that I be standing on is firm. Look, y'all, we must learn, or as a people we gon' burn in the fire. Let's join hands with the Messiah. The land be.
Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhymes, and I'm standing in front of the Lowndes County High School building where on January 11th, 2013, Kendrick Johnson was found dead in the gymnasium. And 8 years later, no justice has been received in that case. Today, I want to say to you that I remain under a 8-year criminal trespass as I was entering into these properties, entering Lowndes County High School, under a title of criminal trespass by Superintendent Wes Taylor under the leadership of Sheriff Chris Prime. However, videos will show that Superintendent Wes Taylor denied that he ever put me under criminal trespass. However, the two sheriff deputies on two different occasions said that Wes Taylor had placed me under a criminal trespass, and that if I go to any part of Lowndes County High School, that I would be arrested for not violating any law. Now people are asking, Rhymes, why did they put you under a criminal trespass? Well, the only conclusion we can arrive to is that I was with a social media network that I started called the Get To Free Press. And of course, you all know that I report what others ignore. Now, since Wes Taylor told my friend John Robinson that he did not issue such a criminal trespass, so I went to the Southern Judicial Circuit Courthouse and contacted all levels of the judges at the probate, the magistrate, Superior Court, and federal courts under Judge Hugh Lawson. When I explained to them that they had put me under this criminal trespass for not violating any law, without exception, they all said they can't do that to you. They can't do that to you. The clerk in federal court asked me, did they put anything in writing? And I said, no. I said that I have a tape recording of both deputies telling me that this was done by Lowndes County School Superintendent Wes Taylor. Now, had I not been in possession of my audio tape recorder, they could have denied it outright. Thank God for Jesus when he said, and ye shall know the truth, and that the truth would set and make you free. I took my case to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department under Chris Prime. The late or former sheriff said that he would look into it and get back with me. And until this day, he has not looked into it and he has not gotten back with me. I went to Stride Jones Criminal Investigation Department, and his words were, "We have nothing on you. Nothing." Okay. But I know that I have it on tape recorder until this day and have posted it many times on my YouTube channel, Boston G.B.R, under the title, Wes Taylor and the School Board of Education are liars. I stood before them. I went out to the school against that criminal trespass with the chance of being arrested, and they ignored me. So I wrote a letter to Wes Taylor and that all-white Lowndes County School Board of Education. And I said in the letter, I request all audio, video, letters, complaints, emails, etc., justifying me being under a criminal trespass, and that you remove me in writing. Remove me in writing from your bogus criminal trespass. Well, I'm sad to say it, but they did respond to me, and I have the letter at the house. I blew it up to a big size, bigger than this, because I want you all to know these white liars, these white criminals that masquerade as Christians, dress in Christian garb, go to some of the biggest churches in the state of Georgia, Lowndes County, and the city of Valdosta, Georgia. They seem to practice and follow the teachings of Jesus. But we see them orchestrating lies, more lies, and permanent lies. So now today, 8 years later, I am back on the school property, standing before the Lowndes County School banner to demand that I have a right to defend myself, just like Kyle Rittenhouse. I have a right to defend myself. Did you hear what I say? I have a right to defend myself from these wicked, ungodly folk in the Board of Education building for Lowndes County High School, in the local, city, county, and state judicial system, who have been informed about this injustice. And do I not have the same right as Kyle Rittenhouse to defend myself against outlaws? That's right, outlaws. Because if they put me under this criminal trespass, turn around and deny they did it, Reverend John H. Robinson was talking to the Superintendent Wes Taylor, who I think, based upon the botched KJ investigation under his leadership, I've been calling for his resignation for at least 5 years. He needs to resign from office. Our children have no right to be under such a leader as Wes Taylor. Thank God, Sheriff Prine was not voted back in office. Now, all of us black men cannot follow our religious leaders, for the most part here in Valdosta. Why, Bro Ryan? Because most of them will not stand up for the things that Jesus stood up for. And so we don't know why we don't have spiritual leaders today in the Valdosta-Lowndes County Ministerial Alliance that will come together and speak up and speak out boldly, collectively, not short-term, but long-term. We are living at a dispensation now when we, the people, must not follow religious leaders. We must not follow religious leaders, black or white, who will not get on their ass and ride into Jerusalem of these independent cities where people are being abused by police, by the judicial system, the racist judges who are protected under law. The time has come for you veterans, active duty, disabled, and retired military veterans to stand up and speak truth to power and show your children that you love them. But I'm tired of seeing religious leaders get in the pulpit and they lie and say they love Jesus, or they love Muhammad, or they love Allah, or they love Jehovah, or that they love their own children. And they see their children being beat down and they can't say a damn thing about it because of that fear that God did not give them. Most of your spiritual leaders that you give your tithe money to, you give your benevolence offering to, will not stand up for you. And so you come to us to help fight your battle, because those people who say they love Jesus and love Muhammad and love Allah and love Buddha and love the Pope of Rome, but will not stand up for their own family members. Jesus said it best, that if a man does not provide for his own house, then he is worse than an infidel. So we have a lot of infidels in the mosque, a lot of infidels in the synagogue, a lot of infidels in the cathedrals and in the temples, a lot of Buddhist infidels, because they refuse to stand up against the modern day Babylon, who are influenced and empowered not only by Satan, but by Beelzebub. And there is a difference between Satan and Beelzebub. Beelzebub is the chiefest of the devils. And some of these spiritual leaders that are tricking you and will not stand up or be counted with the KJ family, Kenneth and Jacqueline, in getting justice. They know something went wrong in the KJ investigation. CNN, MSNBC, HLN, 60 Minutes, 48 Hours, Dateline, and Your Line have never, not even once, the Valdosta Daily Times, I gotta add them too, your local TV stations have never, ever since May the 25th, call me in. Say, Brother Rhymes, what did them wicked white folk do to you? And how did your religious leaders respond to you being an innocent, retired military veterans that been ignored by all the law enforcement officers and departments here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, in the state of Georgia? Brother Rhymes, how could it be that the Lowndes County Superintendent Wes Taylor and each white board member, no blacks is on the board, how could they ignore you? And you're a veteran that served your country in the Vietnam War. Wait a minute. One step further before I close. Do you not know that the Lowndes County School Board of Education, along with the Sheriff's Department, did answer my open records request to why they put me under a criminal trespass, and to provide me all the information and to remove me in writing? They think they're smart because they've gone to college. Wes Taylor think he's smart because he over all these children out here. So he think that everybody's supposed to bow down to him and the Board of Education like the children seeking an education. But look, when they sent me that 7th grade letter, because they never answered my question, and do you not know, they say they had nothing on me, but they would not put it in writing that they removed me from this criminal trespass even until this day. And this is 8 years later. This is what white folks does when it comes to black folk. You can serve your damn country, lose your leg and limb, lose your eyesight and speech, and they still don't give a damn for you if you're a black man living in America. Now, Kyle Rittenhouse was only used by God. White people can't see that. White people cannot see this. But God is using him to show white America and black Americans that they are wicked. God see everything they do. God saw them in the year 1555 putting blacks on the slave ship called Jesus, captained by one Sir John Hawkins. God saw that. But these white folk and the Uncle Sambos and Aunt Jane that joined them in their wicked mess, think that they are getting away. But if the God of our ancestors said that he was going to reward them for their wicked ways, and many of these white folk and those who joined these wicked white folks in black skin and kin, they're going to see themselves punished by the living God. And when they think they have gotten away, God gonna put that punishment on their children and coming generations, down to the 3rd and 4th generation. But they will pay for all the wickedness they have thrust upon the descendants of the Hebrews, as it was in the days of old. People don't hate you. because you are black. White people don't hate you because you are criminals and outlaws that they want to portray you. They hate you because they know your connection with the God of the universe. They know that you are the original man, woman, and children. And if my God is correct, and he is, and Apostle Paul said, Galatians 6 and 7 as I close, for God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. So many white folk murdered blacks down south here, and they thought they got away. Many of them still believing that they got away. Earl Evans, a black police officer in Brooks County, Quitman, was dating a white woman, shot dead in the police car, burned up the police car. No justice in that case. The Wootons drowned in a pond in Brooks County. No justice. But the white man that did it have gotten peace because he think he got away. The Densons, yep, they killed Brother Denson too. And they think they got away with that. But on the day of judgment and before, God gonna preside over the court case. You won't have Judge Schroeder or Strouder or Stripper pleading over that case. God gonna be the final word in that. So I say to the Kendrick Johnson family, don't be weary. Don't be tired. Don't fight the wicked white folk. Don't get violent with the wicked black folk who joined them. You just live upright, even if it costs you your life. You live up to what's right. God said he don't even want you. God didn't want me to fight his battle. God, or my ancestors, said, I will fight my own battle. Am I not a God who put the sun in the sky, the moon and the stars? You cannot call God fake news when he step out on the scene. So I want you all to know that I love Superintendent Wes Taylor. I love that all-white County School Board of Education members. I love each one of them. But I think on behalf of the children that go to Lowndes County High School, they should remove Wes Taylor from his position. I'll say it again. Wes Taylor should be forced to resign. When KJ was found dead, they botched the investigation. The crime scene was contaminated. The coroner wasn't called until hours later. The school, whoever opens or secured, have not given a response to the taxpayers in Valdosta and Lowndes County. The person who was paid by taxpayers' money, who was supposed to have cameras operating in the gym, failed on his responsibility. So all of these people and all of these unprofessional movements should have been addressed before the public in a written response as to what action was taken to make sure that another crime scene would not be botched under the Lowndes County Sheriff Department. Somebody in the state of Georgia should know why that young man's body was left out and not stored properly so it could decompose, as the father have said to CNN, me and others. And the witnesses that keep coming up none of them can get the news media to do a thorough open press conference with them. And so I'm gonna say again, from the Lowndes County school system, to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department, include the Valdosta Police Department, the Southern Judicial Circuit, and the District Attorney, Brad Shealy. All of them got a white cloud over them in this Kendrick Johnson mess that they've created. Black boys, run the football. What if the black people join together and say, to hell with your pigskin? We need some black skin justice. We need some black skin economic power when it comes to blacks receiving contracts so they can get some of these black football players' families out of poverty. Do you hear me? Now, we all know that this is a satanic, wicked system. We know that. Our mother, our fathers, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and their mothers and fathers told them about the unfairness and the double standards here in the United States of America when it comes to equal justice under the law. In addition to asking for the resignation of Superintendent Wes Taylor, I'm also asking, let me say this again, instead of just asking for the resignation of Wes Taylor, I'm calling for the police department, the county sheriff's department, the judicial circuit, the district attorney Brad Shealy, to come clean and admit that they are either patriotic or patriots or they are racist. Wait a minute, Bro Ryan, what you mean? Do you not know that if you go to many buildings here in Valdosta, they will not fly the Georgia flag to honor your sons and daughters? The Moulton Branch School under Wes Taylor, I think it is, has no Georgia state flag. Are they planning to secede from the Union? Are they planning succession from the Union? And we dumb people in Valdosta, we are so ignorant until we don't know it. We don't see it. We don't understand it. Well, I've been talking about it for 6 years. Why 6 years, Brother Ryan? Because I believe in the Jesus that y'all placate, imitate, and so I'll say to you, all of us cannot go to sleep at the wheel, y'all, while our children are aboard this vehicle of Earth maneuvering through space. We can't just allow Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson. Did you notice Jesse Jackson up in age, but he's still out there trying to fight? Jesse Jackson's still trying to fight for you and your children. But I want to thank God for these young folks. These young folks ain't taking no junk, man. These young folks are serious. And one day, as it is prophesied in the volume of sacred law and the Holy Quran, that God is going to allow the the lion spirit to rise up in the black man on this planet. And only God knows what will happen then. Because with God on our side and with the spirit of the young people, it is my prayer that lives be spared, and it is my prayer that we never give up the nonviolent movement. But we got to speak the truth. And that's all I've been doing in this area from 1975 until now. And I close by saying this to each of you. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. For it is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, as the dew of Hermon. And as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessings, even life forevermore. Justice for KJ, justice for KJ family, and I also want to shine an ugly light on the Department of Justice in Atlanta, because I did take my case to the Department of Justice, and they did absolutely nothing. I took it to Eric Holder under the President Barack Obama administration, and they too seem to have been a part of this Satan heyday affair. But in the midst of it all, our God is still in the background, keeping watch over his own. Now y'all have a nice day. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Sorry it took so long, but y'all spend more time than this watching the Atlanta Falcons. You take more time than this than watching Tyler Perry promote the gay lifestyle. And God said in Deuteronomy and in the great books of the Bible that it was an abomination unto him. So you at least ought to give me 2 hours. Y'all have a nice day. Remember, Jesus said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they won't follow. If you fall into Satan, I'll say again, if you fall in Satan, then you cannot hear my voice, nor the voice of him that sent you. Why? Jesus said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. You get the message? Peace be unto you. Bye-bye. We gone.